It's Saturday afternoon here in Orlando, and I'm pretty excited about some new things that ThreatLocker is going to be releasing over the next few weeks. So excited, I decided I wanted to work on them today. Unfortunately, in order for me to work on them, I need to access one of our servers, which is in our office. Our office does not have a VPN. We don't have any open ports on our firewall. So the only way in the old world that I would be able to access it is go into the office. Thankfully, there's a better option. I'm going to show you how with ThreatLocker ZTNA, I'm able to create a remote desktop connection to my testing server in the office and copy files that I need to that testing server. It's going to be super easy. So essentially, I want to access this server. It's in an organization in ThreatLocker called Special Projects because it's a special project. The device I'm connecting from is not in this organization, but it is a child of the same parent organization. So if you're a managed service provider or you've got multiple organizations underneath yours, this is really useful. So what I want to be able to do is create a network policy so I can access this device while I'm at home. First thing I'm going to do is actually go to the parent organization. That's the parent of both the organization where my laptop is, but also the special project server. I'm going to go into the network tab here, and I'm going to create some organization mappings. What this does is it allows me to say, I want to access something in my special projects org where the source is something in the ThreatLocker staff org. When I do this, I add this relationship. And now going forward, when I jump back into the special projects org, I will be able to see devices in my staff org. So I'm going to go into my network tab. I want to be able to access this server using remote desktop and file shares. So I'm going to create a new policy. I'm going to do a device-to-device policy in my organization. Now, what this means is I can publish access to a remote desktop server, a file server, and if I'm on the same local network, it's before this policy matches, it's actually going to validate I am who I say I am. So traditionally, when you publish RDP, you open a port on your firewall on 3389. Anyone on that network can now see that port on 3389, even on a local network. With this, what we actually do is I'm going to publish remote desktop. And I'm going to say the source is only allowed to be my laptop and the destination can be this special project server. Now, even on the local network, if I try and connect to this on 3389 from another device, it's going to reject the connection because there's no permit policy for it and it can't validate the device. It's going to connect back to my machine. If it can't connect back and do a validation, it will just reject it. In this case, I'm also going to check this box saying I want to be able to allow access through zero trust network access. What that means is when I'm out the office, I'll be able to connect to it as if I was in the office. I'm going to select my closest location. I'm going to choose which applications, because this is true zero trust. So we're not just going to allow all applications. So I'm going to say the Microsoft Terminal Server Client is allowed to connect. And I can pick users and groups as well. I can use Active Directory, Azure groups, or any other kinds of groups. So I click next. And now this policy is published. I'm able to access it. The next thing I'm going to do is the same thing, but I'm going to do an SMB connection. So I say File Services, SMB. I'm going to pick the source, which is my laptop. And again, I'm going to pick the destination because I want to be able to copy some files to this special project server. I can pick the applications again. Worth noting, when connecting to SMB, Microsoft uses the Microsoft Windows subsystem and not the application itself. You can create storage policies to limit which apps, but it wouldn't be in a network policy in this case. Again, I can pick users and groups, and I can say this is allowed through Zero Trust Network Access. Okay, I click Next, Finish. And within about 60 seconds, I should now be able to connect to those policies. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to open the Microsoft Terminal Server Client. I'm going to type in the server name as if I was in the office still, which is the ORL SPE. Click Connect. It's going to pop up. And you can see here, it's going to do a duo push just as it does normally if I'm in the office. If I accept that push, it's going to let me into the server. Now, I have a share on the server. I want to be able to copy some files to the share so I can use them on the server. This is running Hyper-V. I'm going to be doing various things in there, and I don't want to have to re-download those files from the internet. So on my computer, I can also now connect to the file share as if I was in the office. I can see here the share, and I can see I've got Notepad++. I'm going to find something on my computer to actually copy to that. If I go into my downloads here, I'm just going to copy this sample video. I'm going to go back into my share folder. I'm going to copy that to the share. And you can see how fast this is going. No VPN required, no open ports on your firewall. I'm now able to work from home just as easy as I can work from the office. To find out how Zero Trust can give you access to devices remotely, help you support your clients, help you publish services without having to have VPNs in minutes, not weeks, months, and days, contact your account manager or go to threatlocker.com and book a demo. Thank you for watching.